Alright, hello everyone of YouTube, this is the Otaku Kurosaki here again today with another product review on Cardfight Vanguard G Legend Deck 3, the Blaster, Aichi Sendo. I've been looking forward to this product. My card shop just got one in for me earlier this week. So shout out to Gym City Games up in Centerville, Ohio. Check them out for all your Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Cardfight Vanguard needs. Alright, first off, most important thing, it comes with a folded together deck box, which is very useful if you don't have any spare deck boxes to put the deck in. Sorry about that. Got my hand resting on my foot. And yeah, it's a good quality deck box. Don't want to step on it or anything like that though. So, as you can already tell, it came with a paper playmat that depicts Aichi and the new Blaster Blade Exceed. Now, I'm not going to use this playmat for the full video, so 1 second so I can put it away. Alright, back to my standard custom-made playmat. Shout out to my friend who made the design and put on my playmat and his. You know who you are, but I'm not going to say any names for privacy. Alright, so next it comes with a Royal Paladin clan card, which, 1 second, on the back has Aichi Sendo and a brief summary of the Royal Paladin. Well, that's what it... No, never mind. I've been wrong before. I haven't fully looked at the card. Hold on. Focus, please. Thank you. It goes over the name of the product and some copyright stuff, I guess. But you know that I don't own Cardfight Vanguard. I just own the products I buy. So now we got the customary Aichi and Blaster Blade power-up card. Shows Aichi and Blaster Blade for 5,000 game. And it shows the new Alfred Stride on the back. Love it. That is a beautiful artwork. Sorry if my lighting's a little weird. I'm probably going to try and fix that later on for the next video. So next up you get your usual. This is the first guide. Teaches you how to play and all that. Goes over everything briefly that you need to know. So, I'm going to start out with the G-Zone that it gives you. So first up, it gives you 2 Great Flashy Salt. So, when you call her to guard zone, counterblast 1, and if your Vanguard is Alfred or Blaster Blade, this unit gets 5,000 shield. It is useful, though I wish it came with 2 more not perfect guards, damn it. G guards. Doesn't matter if they're just laser guards or something like that, but it would have been useful. Next up, our big bad boy, the G units. Divine Knight King, Alfred Holysaver. So his skill is Counterblast 1 and flip a copy of him face up from the G zone. And you target a blaster blade you control. Doesn't matter if it's the 3 or 2, but give it 3,000 power and twin drive for the first attack it performs. So, if you stand it with, say, a stand trigger, you won't perform twin drive on the second attack. It's very useful for those rush games where you're pressuring them into guarding more, or if you want to end it. Next up, 2, Holy Dragon Myriad Soul Saver. Unlike Vortex Desire from the Kai Legend deck, this is not a G-Unit flipper. But when this card attacks, you may Soul Blast 3, and if your Vanguard is Alfred or Blaster, choose up to 5 of your rear guards, and they gain 5,000 power. Again, good for the rush and forcing out more guards against your opponent. Now, customary to Legend deck 2 and up, you get promotional cards from the very first Fighters collection of Vanguard G. And for this one, you get Holy Dragon Religious Soul Saver Dragon. Now, if you don't know what it does, Counterblast 1, flip another copy of itself face up. When it's placed on Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 3 of your units, and they get 5,000 power. And if the number of cards in your soul with Blaster in its name is 2 or more, it gains +1 critical. It's good for power boost, but the second effect is more, I'd say, more good for the MLB Blaster build. But that's just my opinion. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible to get off that critical, but it's difficult if you're just using what the deck gives you. And now for the main deck. You get 4 of the new Blaster Blade Exceed. Shoot. So, when it's placed on Vanguard or Rearguard, you may Counterblast 1 and retire a Grade 1 or greater Rearguard on the opponent's field. So it's a cheaper version of the original Blaster Blade. And when your G unit with Saver in its card name strides during your turn, you may Counterblast 1, insert your deck for a Blaster Blade unit, and add it to your hand. Now, one second. Say you stride Myriad, because that's your obvious first stride. Pay the cost of the Blaster Blade Exceed. You can search out another Exceed or regular Blaster Blade. which is very handy when you need it. So next you have 4 Blazing Twin Blades Palamedes. Palamedes has gotten an upgrade from a not so bad at the time it came out, grade 3, to an okay grade 3. So, Generation Break 1 on Vanguard or Rearguard. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if the number of your other grade 3 units is 2 or more, this unit gets plus 10k until the end of that battle. It's not bad. It's mostly used for stride fodder, so it could be better, obviously. Alright, next up, you get one copy, I wish it was more, of the original Blaster Blade. It's pretty much a full art, because compared to other cards, it doesn't have that white background box on its effect. So, if you don't know the ability, it is Counterblast 2 on Vanguard, retire something to grade 2 or lower. Actually, it's one of your opponent's rear guards in general. Now, it's the same on rear guard, but it's grade 2 or lower. I do wish there were more of this card in this single deck, seeing as just one copy from the original trial deck or booster set is like $25 to $30 a copy. But hey, at least they're giving you something. Blaster Blade Spirit's another option, but it's not good for the intercepting, because if they attack it even once, it's going to die, even if you guard. Alright. Next up, you have 4. There we go. 4 Starhope Trumpeter. So, when this unit's placed on rear guard from hand, counterblast 1, and you're obviously going to have an Alfred or a Blaster Blade as your vanguard, you may pay the cost, search your deck for up to 1 or more card, superior call, and that unit gets 3,000 power. It's good for if you want to keep your hand for the guard aspect. Plus, it puts a lot more pressure, and if you don't have any other 2s to call, you can grab one. Now, here's what I was a little disappointed in. You only get 2 Champion of Silence Gallatin. So, when it's on guard circle, and you're at GB1 or more, it gets shield plus 5,000. And if you do not have a unit with Blaster Blade in its name, or on Vanguard or Rear Guard, this unit becomes nothing more than an 8k grade 2. It's not bad. It's good as an interceptor, like Bar is now as a grade 2. Alright. Sorry if you hear noise in the background. That's one of my little dogs. Alright, so next up is 4 Knight of Virtue Bedivere. So, GB1, when this unit, when it attacks a Vanguard, If you have a unit with Blaster Blade or Alfred in its card name on your vanguard or rear guard, it gets 3,000 power until end of turn. And when it's placed on rear guard, choose one of your Knight of Benevolence K in the same column, and it gets plus 2,000 until end of turn. And if you choose a unit, Soul Blast one, from the looks of it. It's either Soul Charge or Soul Blast. It's hard to see where the arrow's going. My eyes aren't the best. But that's for another story. Four, Bringer of Divine Grace Epona. It is your generic G Perfect Guard. If there's another copy of it in Drop Zone, it countercharges 1 damage. Very useful, because this deck is pretty counterblast heavy in my opinion. Okay. Next is 4 Wingull Youth. So, when an attack hits a vanguard during the battle that this unit attacked or boosted, you can search the top 7 cards of your deck for 1 unit with Blaster Blade in its name, put it in hand, and you move it to the soul if you put a card in your hand. So you either want to grab the grade 2 or Stride Fodder of the grade 3, which is useful in this deck in so many ways. It's good for those turns that you're grade locked. Alright, 3 Little Tactician Maron. Counterblast 1, when it's put on rear guard from your hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 card, Superior Call, and it gains 3,000 power. Which is good for powering up a Blaster Blade if you have to call one from deck. And with Alfred Holy Saver's skill, it gets even better. So next up is Knight of Benevolence K. Its effects are the same as Bedivere, but the second effect powers up Bedivere. Again, pressure. Plus, it's all of the units Aichi has mainly used, brought back as new units. So, the trigger lineup is 4 Pink Comet Flogel, 4 Nova Knight Lu. I love this artwork on this next card. 4 Margol, and 4 Heal. It's the new Yggdrasil Inheritor Elaine. Elaine is armed now in this artwork. I mean, look at that. She's got like cannons and blades on her. She looks good. Okay. 1 second. Now for your starting vanguard. Blue Scud Barkle. So, GB1, Counterblast 1, put it into your soul. Insert your deck for Alfred or a blaster unit. Reveal it and add it to hand. So it's basically a better version of, say, Red Pulse Draco Kid. Because you can actually search out the grade 3 you're looking for, instead of checking the top 5. Well, everyone, this has been my review on the Aichi Legend deck. Hope you all enjoyed, and have a great day. Peace.